In there for Nigel Pack, who once again is out with a lower body injury. They are resting him as he receives more treatment in hopes that he is back in time for the return to conference play, and we are underway. Road Navy with the gray lettering and white trim.
And the Canes on defense have to guard against this. The three-point shot, they lead the country in three-point field goal attempts.
Familiar starting four there with, again, George. Omier coming off another monster performance. His first two right at the rim.
He does against so much of his competition. A double-double, 20 and 17 last time out in only 24 minutes. That's dominant.
That was against Stonehill last week. And yes, again, the threes are going to be flying on both ends, particularly for the Ospreys. The miss by Amitri Moss, brought down by Matthew Cleveland, looking to go end-to-end. Able to find a man in the corner for the wide open look. Bensley Joseph.
Picking up, trying to put pressure on the ball, making sure he leads the way defensively for the Canes.
Omier the rebound. Those 17 you mentioned against Stonehill, the best he's had for Miami, not his career high. Easy bucket on the drive-by. Nate Lateras could not stay in front of Keyshawn George.
There's Bensley with the steal on that possession, and this is where Miami's at their best, getting out in transition, but a turnover.
Chaz Lanier, no. Wooga Poplar the rebound. Omier on the fly. Great feed, great catch, great finish. Well, there's a couple of them in the NBA who are his son.
And both of them would happen to be my nephew.
So you claim Seth as well?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. 15 points shy of 1,500 for his career, both at Arkansas State and here at Miami.
I like the way you're keeping that running tab going, and Miami turning North Florida over again. And now Matthew Cleveland this time finishes off the break, had a turnover early in transition. Once again, Wooga Poplar with the kick ahead. This time Matthew. They're defending the three-pointer as well as anyone in the country, only allowing 27% to be shot against them from three. And, of course, as I bring that up, they were blitzed in both those halves, losing both games by 22+. However, they were close games at halftime.
Chaz Lanier with his second made three.
Chaz is the guy that they look forward to stepping up and having big nights, especially against teams like Miami when they're playing Power 5 games.
8 points for Omier, the junior from Nicaragua, off to a quick start.
He absolutely has, and has been playing great basketball as of late. I had opportunity to be there to watch the game against Florida State. Talk to his dad pregame as we see the Ospreys knock down another three.
For the season, averaging over 21 a game, best in the ACC. So, yeah, I think he's doing all right. Casey with the pull-up.
There's my guy. The only way he's going to be able to get to that 10, though, is stay on the floor, which means he better rebound. Mm-hmm. We did talk about that.
Amitri Moss
on the floor.
So already down Nigel Pack for the game. We'll see how long Wooga is out if we see him again. Omier spotting up. He may not be the best or most prolific three-point shooter for the Canes.
You see him growing with more and more confidence each and every time out and going step back for the three ball, unable to get it. But you always are willing to take those shots when you got that guy inside, Norchad Omier.
Tim Duncan, Blake Griffin, Andrew Bogut, Kenneth Fareed, Oscar Sheway. Those were the numbers he was putting up at Arkansas State. Took a little step back last year with a higher level of competition, but he is still remarkably productive.
Great place to be, especially during the winter.
When our bosses say you've got a game in Miami, I don't think anybody says no.
I tell you what, that was a beautiful find from George. He was not even looking
long, but scoring drought by Miles.
You see George with the find. But George wasn't even looking back there at Cleveland. He was actually looking off the defenders at Bensley Joseph. However, with hair, we're going like Flex. We got to go like Flex. And he's got to be at least 3 inches with the hair. I would say even 4. I would probably go more 4. He may be 7 feet with hair.
North Florida's going to just keep shooting the three. Jack Vanderheiden. Chaz Lanier with the shot clock down. Final 5 minutes of the half. Foul on the three ball and a chance for 4 for Vanderheiden.
11-point game. The kick to the corner. Vanderheiden knocks down the three. Contact by Bensley Joseph.
Dad Allard, his mom Kim. Kim Brigham actually was a all-conference player at UMass Lowell before turning pro. Omier with 2 more points. They'll have a complete breakdown with reactions from coaches and players. And, of course, the Seminoles are 13-0 denied the bid in the college football playoff. Hurricanes on the move. Cleveland just so long and athletic, able to finish.
From ACC play, conference play starts, well, it's already started, but picks back up right after the new year as Bensley Joseph knocks down another corner three. You know, Coach Driscoll didn't give me the option for 50, but we could see 50 of them go up tonight. Here's 23, and it goes down for three. Chaz is able to knock down another one. However, most likely Miami will hold him for the remainder of this first half. Nice find.
Better block shot, though. How about that? Max Hrdlicka just off the bench with the denial.
Well, the three or inside to Omier, tried to get it into Omier. Fortunately, the Canes are able to keep the basketball.
Cleveland sneaking down the lane. Hrdlicka with another block shot. Three-point shots taken.
I'm here for it. If you've got a chance to win this game against Miami, who has beaten you by 20 and now 22 plus points in the paint.
And Baylor Shireman of Creighton. Good find. Lateris, wide open three. Christian Watson into the game with the ball. Passes inside. Omier now over 1,500. Oh, we talked about his future and would it behoove him to come back for a fifth year. Nice drive by Moss.
Yeah. Because if he's 6'11", he's the #1 pick in the draft. So, I mean, you think about that. I mean, the dude is spectacular. Everything he does on the floor. But it's just the fact that from a positional size, he's at a disadvantage against the guys he'd be playing against.
Keyshawn George for three. Leonard Hamilton going 10, 11, 12 deep. He normally has a 7 or 8 man rotation, and it's done very well. But if you lose 1 or 2 key guys, it can hamstring you.
What you and I talked in the open about was Matthew Cleveland knocked down the three in transition. It wasn't coaching. It wasn't lack of talent. It was based upon the fact that they had too many key guys with injuries.
Bensley Joseph. I like the way the Canes have attacked the zone defense tonight, Court.
And we cannot talk about Clemson without talking about Chase Hunter, who has played great basketball season long.
NZ with the three ball.
One of my favorite guys to be around.
Yeah.
Love him. He just constant energy. As Christian Watson knocked down another three. Watson had 10 points at Kentucky.
A neat game last time out. North Florida played Georgia. That meant he matched up with his little brother. Trying to defend a couple of guys inside. Finally, Omier with 2 more points. I'll tell you what, coincidentally, each of their last 2 foreign tours, again, they do it every 4 years. North Florida, then the ensuing season, as Chaz Lanier makes another 3, led the country and made 3. And I do think, I don't know what the numbers are across all of college basketball, but when teams take that foreign tour, you get the extra practice time. I do think there is an uptick the following year.
And oftentimes finding out the nuances of each another on and off the court.
Bensley Joseph with the takeaway, then gave it back up to Moss, who goes to his right hand and finishes. With the way the transfer portal has taken over college basketball, because you're going to have 8, 9, 10 new guys every single year, it seems.
Yes.
Omier, who goes in this coming year, but Coach L is not doing it alone. Nice look there by Miles to find Trent Coleman for the layup. At Archbishop Malloy in Queens, Jack Curran is also nominated for the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Well, he absolutely belongs in there. You're talking about Coach Curran, who coached so many.
Watson, he's going to have a chance for 3. They certainly would have some sort of claim. And it's great that they have been placed up as George buried the 3 off a nice feed from Christian Watson. Further cement their case if indeed they can beat the Dogs.
That is one way to validate it. You beat the Dogs, you validate that you belong, and you had a great chance of winning. Because I would not be shocked as my guy A.J. Casey gets the bucket out in transition, opportunity for the 3-point play. I would not have believed you on that one, considering he was averaging 17.5 points per game coming in.
Nice reverse by Ja NZ.
After a hurricane, it was the first thing that they saw.
Oh, you've read that before.
I did not. But again, that's pretty much just common sense.
Well, they're apparently the last animal you see as the hurricane is coming and the first to reappear. He scored 10 at Rupp Arena against Kentucky, and he's 4 better than that here tonight. Nwokoa with the quick hands. And the Tigers were number 5 in the preseason poll. As you mentioned, Miami was number 2 behind Duke and ahead of North Carolina. Boy, the bench is going to love that. Paul Jobay, for the second straight game, gets into the scoring column. And at this end, North Florida has taken almost 3 times as many three-point shots as two-point shots. Not going to get a shot off that time. George, throw it to the rim. 2 more for Jobay.
Yeah, but if you're George on that one, you're more concerned about the fact that you didn't get the assist. After dropping the dime, you want to make sure you get all those numbers as a point guard.
Jobay heating up.
Why do you remember 96 Final Four so well?
Because their season was ended by Syracuse,
Of course it's got to do something with Syracuse.
Miami wins by 40. Final thought, Corey.